Hello everyone and welcome back for your weekly energy forecast and oracle reading. Sorry there wasn't a video last week. Last week was just hectic busy, sorry. But here we are. Okay, so let us do as we do every week. Let's pull cards just to give us some guidance and a heads up on the kind of energy that we're dealing with this week. So I just feel like I need to explain what that actually means a little bit. Because over and above the cards that I pull for each of us, you know, as a collective each day, I like to do a weekly video as well, where I just tune into the general astrological influences and things like that, which kind of add to the energy of what we're dealing with. So what is also good to know is that we're not victims of this energy. It's actually designed for the evolution of our consciousness. So whenever the moon does interesting things and the planets do their various movements and retrogrades and eclipses and things, all of that energy, it impacts us as a collective, right? So, for example, like when we talk about Mercury retrograde, everybody goes, you know, me included. But what those influences do is they provide weather that we can use. Like the certain planets will influence certain things. The sun has influence, the moon has influence, as well as the collective consciousness around us has influence. And that provides like an energetic weather that it's good to be aware of, because then we know how to navigate it and how to use it to our advantage, because we're not passive victims of that energy. That energy is there to support our collective awakening of our consciousness. Okay, so let's get right into it. Let's see what weather we're dealing with for Monday and Tuesday, the beginning of this new week. Let's pull a tarot card and see. This one sticks out. Okay, so we have the Hanged Man. Now, if you look at this lady, she's kind of hanging upside down, but because she's at a different vantage point, she has a different perspective on things, which gives her a sense of enlightenment. So in other words, in the beginning of this week, as much as we might feel like we're kind of hanging around and waiting for things to happen, I'm hearing the word static. So in other words, Monday and Tuesday, the beginning of this week, we might feel like nothing's really moving, like things are just static, okay? But it's for good reason. It's because it's giving us an opportunity to pause and to look at our perspective on things and what we are making things mean that are happening in our lives and in the world around us. So it's always good to know that everything in life is neutral until we actually give it a meaning. Okay, so be mindful in the beginning of the week of what we're making things mean, and also how can we change our perspective on things so that we can have a perspective that is supportive. Okay. All right, let's get some elaboration and some guidance from the wisdom of the oracle. This is always my go-to deck. I flipping love this deck. Okay, that's why you see it every week. Okay, let's see. Deep knowing. That makes sense. So in other words, as we pause and reflect and look at our perspective on things, it gives us opportunity to tune in to what we intuitively know, okay? So in other words, they're saying when we're out and about in the world, we might feel bombarded by information and people and the news, and we're being told how to think and how to feel by what's around us. Take a pause, tune in, and trust your inner knowing of what you feel is true for you, okay? Trust your inner knowing. All right, now let's get a message from the angels and ancestors for the beginning of this week that can help us and guide us to navigate the beginning of the week. Snake, shed old skin. So in other words, as we know, we are always evolving, always. We're always changing, okay? But every now and again, we get this quickening. I'm hearing the word like a quickening of that process, and it can feel quite intense, okay? So if you are feeling triggered in the beginning of this week, tune in and check, where do I need to change my perspective? What am I shedding? What am I letting go of that doesn't serve me anymore? right? I'm hearing the word perspectives, funnily enough. So in the beginning of this week, you might feel triggered about a perspective, like somebody might say something, or you might see something, or something will happen at work, and you'll find an instant trigger reaction come up, and it makes you kind of pause and think, oh, hold on, that thought process, that belief doesn't actually feel right to me anymore, you know? Let me look at things a little bit differently. So it feels like there's quite a bit of intensified evolution in the beginning of this week. And I'm hearing Spirit say goodbye to the old and embrace the new you that you're becoming, because this is a process. All right. Let's see, what do we have now for the middle of the week, Wednesday and Thursday? What energetic influence is going to be there for us in the middle of the week? Strength. Oh, this makes sense. Strength is the 8th card of the major arcana in the tarot. Strength is basically a symbol of the lion, which is Leo. Okay, and we're now going into, we are actually already in Leo season. Happy birthday, fellow Leos. And this speaks about, what I'm hearing here is we're now in the Lion's Gate portal. I can't remember this is what I'm not good at, is dates. I think it was the 25th, we'll put it this way, the end of July until the 8th of August, I think it is like a portal. Okay, it's called the Lion's Gate, and it's got something to do with some planetary alignments. That's like too technical for my little brain, but the whole point is that we're stepping into a phase now of huge change, right? And power and manifestation. And in the middle of the week, we're being encouraged to reveal our courage, our strength, our power, our inner lion. Like, it's time to take charge and to actually go after what you want, because you've got what it takes. You've got the skills, the talents, the abilities, whatever it is that you need to make happen what you want to make happen. And I'm hearing Spirit say, like, in the middle of this week, we're going to have that Leo bravery, that ambition, that don't mess with me energy, which is typical Leo. Okay, so we're stepping into this in the middle of the week, which is really nice. I love that. Okay, let's get some elaboration. So in other words, it looks like in the beginning of the week, we have like a, how can I change my perspective? How can I look at things a little bit differently? What am I letting go of me that doesn't serve me anymore, so that I can have more of my own strength and my own courage to step into the life that I deserve? Let's get some elaboration. Regeneration. I flipping love this, okay? This for me is like the rising phoenix from the ashes, okay? Transformation, huge in the middle of this week, okay? So in other words, if your life has been feeling like this, where it's been earthquakes and volcanoes, look what comes from that, okay? So what I'm hearing Spirit say is that a lot of us as a collective over the last couple of months, we've been feeling like we've been falling apart. Maybe we let go of relationships, jobs, whatever it was that was tumultuous and what was a tower moment for us, okay? We've worked through all of that, and now we're in the process of regenerating and stepping into our new self, our new skin, the next layer of conscious awareness, okay? So regeneration, rebuilding, as a result of us remembering who the bloody hell we actually are, okay? Flip, I love that. Okay, let's pull a card now from the angels and ancestors so we can get some elaboration on the energy for those of us that are watching, for the collective, for the middle of this week, please. Ha, wise one, grow within your current situation. I'm going to read out the message of this, because I get the sense of this being quite profound. Notice the wisdom of the owl and the magic of the raven, okay? Wisdom, that is what we have to take away a lot of from the last couple of months, is a hell of a lot of wisdom. Okay, let's get some elaboration here. I love this deck also. Okay, this card says the wisdom of the wise one is based on something that the younger generation is often lacking: commitment and reliability. When this card appears, you're being guided to continue working on your growth and expansion within your current situation. Be committed to your tasks and projects. It can be very easy to get bored or overwhelmed, but persevere. You're being reminded of how it feels to be let down and experience unreliability, and that is not what you were born to be. So keep working on what you're working on, because it's going to be extremely beneficial for you in the long run. Okay? How potent is that action? Okay? Let's get some elaboration on this, please. Let's see, what does Friday and the weekend hold for us? Friday and the weekend, please. 6 of Pentacles. This is about finances, money, money incoming, and also if you are giving money away, if you're donating, if you're a benefactor of someone of something, open your heart to give. Because we can not only breathe in, we have to breathe out. There has to be a balance of giving and receiving. That's what this card speaks about. Let's ask Spirit, what else do we need to know about this card for Friday and the weekend? Okay, they're saying this has got a lot to do with self-worth. Okay, now we are in Venus retrograde at the moment, which does really strongly encourage us to look at our self-worth. What do we believe that we deserve? And I feel like a lot of us at the moment are maybe standing our ground about that in a sense. Maybe we're behaving differently, which commands our worthiness from other people. Okay, and it's also about us seeing other people's value as well. So they show me like the scales balancing where money is concerned on Friday and the weekend. And I'm hearing Spirit say, be open and willing to receive now that you know your worth. So maybe now is a good time, if you've been thinking about it for a while, to ask for a raise or to increase your income in some way or form. And I'm hearing Spirit say, forget about what the society is saying, oh, you know, the economy this and no jobs that. It's perception, okay? Remembering what is for you never ever goes past you. Know your worth, act accordingly, and this money incoming is the side effect of that. Remember, money is never the goal, believe it or not. When we work and we do and we share our skills and talents, the whole goal is to love what you do and to do what you love. And money comes as side effect. Okay. Let's get some wisdom of the Oracle for the end of the week, Friday and the weekend, please. A change in the wind. Positive change incoming. So this may see a lot of us possibly changing jobs, changing career, getting a new job, moving to a home that is more financially supportive of you, or an upgrade in that regard. But there's positive change coming to do with money for the collective, to do with self-worth. All right, let's get some elaboration on that. I'm hearing Spirit say again, the scales being balanced. It's almost like the universe is saying, we can see you've worked so hard. You are now aware of your worth and your value. Here's some money for you. Okay, let's get some elaboration from angels and ancestors for Friday and the weekend, please. Move in a new direction, traveler. Let's tune into the energy of this. Okay, tuning into this, again, it denotes that essence of change. Maybe you're going to physically move home, right? Or things will come through to allow you to do that. This could also involve, once again, a change in job, a change in career. You're moving in a new direction. And I'm hearing Spirit say a lot of times it's going to be a redirection, like the universe placing you where you're supposed to be, okay? So they're also saying don't let things frighten you that lead up to that. In other words, let's say your company is going through a restructuring, or you get retrenched, or something that looks disastrous. Shift your perspective, okay? because again, what is meant for you does never ever go past you. Okay, so in other words, if you've been fired, lost your job, retrenched, business fell apart, blah blah blah, don't dwell on the misery of that for too long. Look at your perspective, because it just means you're being redirected to something better. Okay, and you need the courage and the strength behind you to allow that process to be easier, and for you to get what it is that is meant for you a lot easier as well. Beautiful. Okay, so very, very interesting week this week. It feels like quite a transformative week, right? Which is really nice. And I just feel like this Leo courage, this bravery, this sense of, you know what, stuff it. I'm sick and tired of being small and weak and settling for so little. Like, let me just get up and get on with it. It feels like that kind of energy. All right, let's now take a card or two from the Gateway of Light activation that can further help us and guide us this week. And let's see, help and guidance for this week, please, for all of us that are watching and for the collective. Let's see, this one grabs me. Let's take another one just because we can. This one also grabs me. Okay, let's see, what do we have? The first one, it says Sword of Light, Divine Protection, Cords Cut, Breakthrough Energy. It ties in, like I said, with that transformative energy this week, okay? And you know what's so nice is I don't feel anxiety about this week. There's usually like a little undercurrent of anxiety that I can pick up. I'm not getting it for this week at all. Okay, let's read out this card's message. Where are you? Sword of Light. Okay, this card says, when this card comes to you, know that it is confirmation that you're walking the path of light and responding to pre-incarnation soul contracts to make a difference on the planet. It's also a sign that you have the opportunity to sever connections to fears and limitation. Okay? Energetic cords bind us to situations, loved ones, and even the past. But you're in transition now and detaching from unnecessary connections, dramas, and fears, which is what this is about, the shedding the old skin, letting it go. Okay? Know that there will be a great severing at this time, and you might feel isolated for a moment as you'll be reconfiguring your circle of trust and moving into a life that is in greater alignment with your highest good. Know that the cords that bind you to loved ones and soul family will remain intact. It's only the lower vibrational connections that are being severed. Expect breakthroughs and doors of opportunity opening for you. If you feel strongly connected to Archangel Michael, know that his energy is with you now. He's my favorite archangel. He's like my main man. Okay, let's see what the second card is about. Soul Star activation, fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are. Magnificent. Okay, let's see, what does this card say? Soul Star activation. It says, through your previous journeys, you've learned much about the inner workings of your soul and about the cycles of karma. Before this incarnation, you set a powerful intention to remember your divine origins. At this point, you're in a powerful space, for you are remembering who you truly are, and you know that you have it within you to make a great difference in your own life. See this lady? She looks like a person, but underneath she's actually a courageous bloody lion. Okay? Remembering who you are. And once again, I've lost my place. Let me just say it again. At this point, you're in a powerful space, for you are remembering who you truly are, and you know that you have it within you to make a great difference in your own life, the lives of those you love, and of course the world. This remembering is in alignment with the soul contracts you made before coming to this realm. If you find yourself worrying if you're making the right decisions, know that even if you aren't conscious of it, all that you have chosen so far is in accordance with your soul's evolutionary plan. And when you draw this gateway, you are opening up on higher levels. How apt is that? So what I'm also feeling for this week is soul, like the card said there, soul contracts, relationship to other people. So as much as our world, our personal little worlds might be changing, it's got a lot to do with, never mind letting go of a job or a house or whatever, but it's also the contracts we have with the people that are concerned, because obviously as we grow and we evolve, we shed skins, and with that our tastes change. Our connections to others will change also. So during this period of really realizing our worth and our value, don't be surprised if certain relationships come to a natural end, jobs, homes, whatever it is that is just not doing it for you anymore, no matter how you try. Spirit's saying, just let it go. Thank you. Don't struggle. Let go of the resistance. Let go of the struggle and allow what's trying to come into your life. Let it. Okay? Because when we struggle to fight and hold on to whatever it is that we know full well doesn't serve us, no matter how hard we try and make it serve us, when we hold on, we're blocking the flow and the traffic of what is good and what is actually trying to come in. Okay, so yeah, there you have it, guys. Very, very interesting, very transformative week for all of us as a collective. Bless you, Lily. So yes, I hope that has helped, and thank you once again for being here and for liking and for commenting and for sharing and for subscribing, and have yourselves an absolutely amazing week. Lots of love. Take care. Have a great week. Bye.